Join the Discord to keep up with me and other Bluelock fans as well. Now onto the video. Now let's start with the one we have the most information on, Julian Yoki. The 17-year-old French Godspeed prodigy is the pro we have the most information on. And yes, I said pro. Kaiser and all the NEL players excluding the Master Strikers play on a subsidiary team, labeled by Isagi in chapter 154. First, let's look at his philosophy. So at first he comes off as a nice person as he stops Luna from further insulting the Japanese footballers. And because the Blue Lockers are beneath him, he is very composed about this. He is composed and kind, not because he is purely a nice guy, but because he is confident in the environment around him. Take for instance, in Bleach with Basby and Jugram. Basby takes him as an apprentice as he wants the two of them to take down DAWGS together. Because Jugram was seemingly weaker than Bazard-B, it led him to be really kind and comfortable around him until it was revealed he wasn't stronger than Jugram and it was the reverse, and Jugram got chosen over him. Now this isn't entirely the same thing as Loki, but the main point is you can really be confident with small fry, but when the small fry becomes big competition, you won't act the same way around them. And Loki is the type to use his God-given speed talent to surpass those with any chance of beating him in terms of the visual spatial awareness aspect, as Rin saw through his plan, but because Loki is a cheat code, he can just rush through that problem literally. Now in episode Nagi, Loki doesn't contribute to anything in the game for chapter 33, not even reacting when Chigri gets hurt unlike the other pros. The only thing he does is glaze Luna, seemingly the only narratively built character who is above Loki at the point in the story, which was quickly debunked later in the coming chapter. The worst part is when Nagi asks the pros about their egos, Loki also doesn't contribute to that in chapter 33. But when Nagi seemingly is about to prove himself to the World 5 after bullying the adults, Loki has to put in a bit of effort to put Nagi back in his place. Once again, in the second match, he uses his speed to counteract his flaws, just like against Rin. If he wasn't born with speed, he would be fried. And we get confirmation that similar to Nagi, who used his talents to get by everything in his Bluelock journey without being afraid, till the very end of his campaign when it came to losing Rail. Loki, too, because he is naturally gifted, has nothing to fear. But thanks to Isagi's trash talk, which we will get into very shortly, there is a chance we will see Loki find fear in the Adult World Cup, or Senior World Cup, whatever you want to call it. He, again, is only comfortable with his own teammates because he views them to be inferior to him, as very stated in the episode Nagi manga. The last thing we get from Loki acknowledging that he and Nagi are similar with a devastating last line, "When you learn fear, it will destroy you." Now in the NEL, we don't see Loki have an influence in the story until chapter 244, or most importantly, chapter 246. But let's start with chapter 244, where we see he has benched Shido, and then after Rin scores, he is subbed on. Now this would make sense in the reader's mind, as even Ego knew that the two of them in the same lineup would be a disaster. However, Loki's reasoning to this is definitely not that. He doesn't even mind the two of them playing together. It's just he wants to have them separated to see which style would fit Charles better. As we saw the two of them team up against Uber, so it meant that Loki wasn't having that same issue Ego did. It was more of a Charles trying to figure out which system worked for him better. So Loki does two systems, Wins and Cheetos, for the purpose of developing Charles to become a midfielder who can help Loki become the world's best striker. He is also very good with dealing with contrarians with a cool head. Considering he has probably dealt with Charles a lot, it means he has a cool-headed perception on how to deal with people like him. Being the genius and just like Nagi, not afraid of everything, he throws away the logical 15-minute interval lineup for an irrational perverse lineup with all the devils on one lineup. Throughout all the failed lineups and his team losing a championship game, he remains cool-headed as he is locked in on seeing Charles grow even more. This was very shown in chapter 267 or 268, the chapter where everyone in PXG is saying they are screwed, they might lose this game, and Loki really doesn't care as long as Charles develops even more. And I want to talk about the relationship between Loki and Rin in this match. Loki thought of Rin as just one smart-ass bug he could crush, and now he has revised his opinion of Rin from low tier to an entertaining striker. And now people would have a problem with Loki's time on the pitch, as he never once linked up with Charles, and trust me, I'm people too. But after reviewing the match as a whole, this is actually a good thing that makes total sense. Although yes, Loki needs Charles to be the best midfielder, he doesn't need him yet. Keep in mind, Loki 99% won't play, as in the third selection it's stated in chapter 88 that Loki is already representing France, like his real-life counterpart Kylian Mbappe. So why would Loki want to give himself more work by representing the U20 team when he is already on the main team? It feels like demoting yourself. So with that set in stone, and knowing Loki's carefree nature, he has about 3.5 years for Charles to be ready to make him the world's best striker. So he is in no rush to use Charles as of yet. Another thing is, Charles is still immature. The running theory I had around this time was that Charles would refuse to pass to Loki when the game was ongoing due to his contrarian nature, and Loki wouldn't be able to tame Charles in 3 minutes. Even though he did it off the pitch, things are different when on it. Just look at Isagi's personality on the pitch versus off the pitch. And lastly, the reason why Loki only paired up with Rin in this match is because Rin just had an explosive turn of events with his destroyer mode to the point where he made Charles evolve, and Loki thanks him for that. So he directly states thanks to Rin, and that he made Loki want to play as well. Not Charles, not Shido. Rin is the reason why Loki steps on the pitch. So obviously Loki will want to play with this monster, the new star, as indicated in chapter 284. He doesn't need to score any goals, as this isn't the World 5 match where each goal got you an incentive of $10,000. So there was no need to be serious at all about this. So he just kept getting the ball to win for him to score. Before we get into Loki's disappointment in Japan, we actually get Loki's viewpoint of life in chapter 277, when he dispossesses Isagi and says the slow ones die first. That's just the nature of the law. There was no other sentence that could encapsulate Loki more than that phrase, as throughout this whole story, he has been the fastest, so of course to him, everyone else is slow. He is basically the king of the jungle, who can pass judgment to just about anyone, especially talented learners such as Isagi. This is why Loki changing his viewpoint about Rin makes complete sense, as in the third selection, Rin's playstyle was based off of his older brother, Sai Itoshi, who is a talented learner. So that means Rin was playing like a talented learner when he first met Loki, but now he is playing like the genius who he truly is, which intrigues Loki. Throughout his time on the pitch, he served up 2 potential assists, hoping for Rin to become the new star, but Rin failed to capitalize on those 2 crucial chances because of his monster instincts. Loki, being the supposed king of the jungle, feels his time was just wasted and is visibly upset Rin, the best striker in Japan, couldn't score off of his pass, which meant if Rin, the supposed best striker in Japan, couldn't get the job done off of Loki's pass, who could? That's the philosophy side of him. Now let's talk about his skill set. The first one is obviously his high speed acceleration to get to any point of the pitch he wants to instantly. We see him use this on defense against Nagi and Isagi. On offense, we see him use his first step Godspeed boost against the Bluelock 5. The latest version of his move being God Warp. This is when he uses a singular stride to get past multiple opponents in one blow. He did this against Raichi and Hiyori. Nutmeg Pass. He uses this to get the ball to Rin in chapter 282 by passing the ball through Raichi's legs. Man, Raichi really got done dirty twice by Loki. Spatial awareness. Loki in the third selection says Isagi has multiple blind spots, which meant he is an intelligent speedster who knows how to use his speed when on the pitch, unlike Zantetsu. And when he is passing the ball to Rin in chapter 282, he puts it in a position where Rin has space to avoid Ikaguri from flopping again. Before we get off of Loki, I want to guess his eco type, and to that I will put him in Freedom Self-Style Eco, as his speed allows him to do whatever he wants to do on the field, and his goal isn't simply to win trophies like a world-style Eagle, but to aim for more of a personal objective to dethrone Noah as the world's best striker. Now it's time to get into the Prince of Royal Madrid.
A twisted, spoiled one shithead cunt-fucking Michael Penis racist whore who should go drown himself in water, choke on fish bones for hooting my god sigh.
Oh shit. Sorry guys. I might have had a massive hate boner for him, but back to business. Leonardo Luna is based on Fernando Torres, who was a king at Liverpool, but wasn't the same when he went to my favorite club, Chelsea. Man, Chelsea and Man United are top tier talent killing clubs. We see him being mature and infringing on the other adult all-stars. We also see him expressing his superiority in the episode Nagi manga after scoring his goal. In the main story, he immediately goes after Rin, Sai's younger brother, saying that Sai made a name for himself and due to the brotherly bond, he is sure he is pretty talented too. Then he shows his racist side saying that Japanese football is trash, as a Spanish person has a higher chance of being the highest rank in sumo wrestling than Japan and being the best in the world. Being the spoiled prince, he doesn't even understand he is being racist, and after saying he was trying to praise them, goes down to further belittle them, saying they are gambling their lives on something that will never come true. Japanese people really are the world's greatest masochist, which means a person who derives on sexual gratification from their own pain or humiliation. Even when Loki tells him he is going too far, he doesn't even seem concerned or fazed by it. He doesn't even understand that he's really just belittling them. That's a racist officer. Arrest him. Now we get to see a major similarity between Luna and Sai and how they both discouraged Rin's objective in a 1v1 stance, with the final goal on the line in both perspectives. As Luna with his golden plasma orb, that's what I'm gonna call it for now since I used to play Dokkan back in the day, shout out Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle. He and Sai both nutmeg Rin and score a decisive goal on him. This scene proved to me that he is a talented learner. Another scene I can use is Nagi comparing Luna to an advanced version of Reo, who is also a talented learner. When Isagi analyzes the World 5's main traits after Blake's goal, he addresses Luna as foresight. Luna also says Rin has lack of tunnel vision due to lack of experience, which means Luna must have very good spatial awareness and vision just like Sai, even though they both haven't been confirmed to have metavision and don't believe Bluelock Wiki. This was the same platform that thought Ranima and Nishioka were playing in the match before they fixed it. It's members of this fandom wanting it, so be careful. As of now, Sai and Luna don't have metavision. I'm not gonna give them credit for this. They are being paid loads of money. Making sure Chigri is okay is the least the World 5 could do. When Nagi asks what his ego is in chapter 33 of his spin-off manga, Luna replies with twisting his heart, which means bro loves feeling deep emotional pain and intense anxiety. Bro loves playing with people's emotions. Anyway, that's all we get from him in a philosophical mindset. Now let's go with his skill set, which is the following. Professional football technique. Leonardo is a well-known and experienced worldwide professional footballer that plays for Spain's national team. He was picked by Ego himself to be part of the Team World 5 that assesses unpolished strikers from Bluelock. Dexterity. Luna has a high soccer IQ along with good speed, skills, and physicality. Nagi has noted that he is a more adaptable and skillful version of Rail in every possible way. Dribbling. Leonardo's dribbling is a key weapon in his arsenal. With his great reflexes and insight, he spots the opponent's weak spots and easily breaks past them. He also uses hand blocks, ball technique, and physicality. Hyperspeed scissors. Leonardo performs a scissors feint at incredible speed, making it hard to follow his movements. One touch. Leonardo knocks the ball with his foot to his opponent's weak spot before breaking past them. In Rin's case, it was a violating nutmeg. Rin has endured 3 of them. How's your nuts doing, Rin? For his ego type, since he is a talented learner, he has to be a world style. And because he is a spoiled prince and doesn't seem like a Kaiser type who would prefer restrictive environments, I believe Luna would be in the world style freedom category. Now, wearing number 3 is the guy who is the straightest man in Bluelock, which is a pretty easy title considering all the Nagi Rail type of relationships in this manga. I'm talking about Hurricane, the gold junkie Adam Blake. Sad we can't show Hurricane about trophies nowadays. For him, his philosophy is pretty simple. As explained in Bluelock stories, he's the DDG of Bluelock, like Prime Hurricane bagging goals game after game. His motive for soccer is definitely to get a bag to later play the real game in the bedroom with the gals. His main skill set is extreme physique, as he was able to outmuscle the bulky freaking Tokimitsu and beat Santetsu in a mini race. The fact that his way of life is selfish already guarantees he is a self-style freedom genius. His playstyle through bulkiness and speed also guarantees he is a genius. Number 4. Pablo Cavazos, the best free kicker in the world. He gives off the curious vibes of someone who is an older version of Nagi and just being adorable and fascinated by the things he has never seen before. This is similar to his real-life counterpart Paulo Dybala, who thanks to his mother is always in pursuit of new things. While the Q part of his philosophy is tricky to decipher, I believe thanks to his real-life counterpart, we can grasp an idea of what this is, which is not cute but instead being cool. Dybala has a mask celebration which is cold, not gonna lie, so I'm guessing Pablo loves cool celebrations that makes him look cool and adorable, which is why he loves soccer, in one sense. Once again, not confirmed, just a guess. We also see he is a bit of a narcissist, which means behind that cute face is a little monster. His skill set is the following. Professional football technique. Pablo is a well-known, experienced worldwide professional football player that plays for Argentina's national team. He was picked by Ego himself to be part of Team World 5 that assesses unpolished strikers from Bluelock. Vertical spinning shot. Pablo can perform a shot that curves in a random direction, targeting random spots on the goal. This shot can easily fool the goalkeeper due to his random curves of the ball. It is also noted that he can perform this shot with just the first touch of the ball with little to no effort while confusing his opponents, and the shot can also be registered as a pass. Free kicks. Pablo is stated to be the best free kicker in the world. His passing ability shows his mastery of curving the ball and aiming it through tight spaces. Metavision, a term used to describe a player's evolved vision that gives them an omnipotent perspective of the field. Cavazos used this against Isagi and Nagi's team to view an optimal shooting course, as we finally got to see his metavision eyes when passing it through Chiguri and Kiora to get it to Dada. If I had to guess his equal type, it would be a world type freedom, talented learner. Even with little information on him, we know he loves to rank himself as the cutest 23-year-old alive, and the world style egos derives off of rankings and achievements such as that. Last but not least, the heavy tank Dada Silver, based off of the Hulk because Tokimitsu confirmed him to be a striker and they are both stupidly strong. He is basically like Mr. Krabs and Larry the Lobster had a black Brazilian child, stupidly strong and loves his money. Skills. Super physicality. Dada possesses one of the strongest physiques in the Team World 5, managing to pressure the other Bluelock players with ease. With that, he easily dominated Ryu in a jump contest by pressing away from the ball while heading it. He is even able to hold up a full power tackle from Bao without moving an inch. High jumping power. Dada has an enormous jumping ability, managing to stop balls in midair with headers. Combined with his superior physique, he easily overcomes Jubei Ryu, one of the best players in Bluelock, whose specialty is in jumping and stealing all the balls he tried to stop during his match. Jumping header. Dada jumps to catch a ball launched in the air and performs a headbutt to launch it for a teammate to score a goal. Weight diver header. Dada jumps and steals the ball from another player who tries to catch the ball in the air and delivering a powerful header to send the ball straight into goal. If I had to guess, his equal style, it would be the same as Blake's being a self-style genius. On to the next video. Stay blessed. Suki out.